If you've listened this far, thank you. I really mean that. It's not easy to sit through a story like this, one that's full of chaos, fear, and the uncertainty of life and death. But the fact that you stayed, that you listened all the way to the end, means something. It means you care, not just about animals, but about the fragile balance of life that connects all of us. When I was standing there that day, watching the scene unfold, it felt like the world slowed down. The sound of the dry wind brushing across the savanna, the distant calls of unseen birds, the heavy breathing of the injured buffalo, all of it pressed against my chest like a weight I could barely carry. I remember gripping the edge of the pickup truck, my fingers shaking as I tried to make sense of what I was seeing. The monitor lizards were circling, their tongues flicking in and out, tasting the air thick with blood and dust. I knew nature had its own rules, that the wild was neither cruel nor kind, it simply was. But in that moment, knowing didn't make it any easier. Maybe you would have done the same. Maybe you would have jumped down and tried to help, even though the risk was real. Maybe you would have stayed back, frozen between instinct and logic, your heart screaming one thing while your mind begged for reason. I've replayed that moment in my head 1,000 times, wondering if I did the right thing. I called for help, yes. I did what protocol demanded. But deep inside, there was a voice whispering, was that enough? Could I have done more? The truth is, when you're out there, nothing feels clear. Time stretches and collapses all at once. Every sound feels louder, every second feels longer. You're forced to see life in its rawest form, beautiful, violent, and painfully honest. The buffalo's eyes met mine for a brief second. There was fear, but also something else, something that looked like trust, or maybe resignation. I don't know. All I know is that it changed me. Moments like that don't fade easily. They cling to you, reminding you that compassion is not always convenient, and courage doesn't always look like what you expect. Sometimes, it's just staying present. Sometimes, it's doing what little you can, even when it feels insignificant. So if you were in my place, what would you have done? Would you have rushed in, waving your arms, hoping to scare the predators away? Or would you have waited for backup, knowing that one wrong move could mean the end, for you, for the animal, or for both? There's no easy answer, and maybe that's what makes stories like these so human. They strip away the comfort of distance and force you to feel. To question. To care. I've talked to many people about that day, rescue workers, scientists, friends who love animals but have never seen the wild up close. Everyone